Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here at the IDGC, the International Disc Golf Center.
Yeah, we're right outside Augusta, Georgia. I think the town's called Appling, actually, but it's a beautiful piece of property. That there's campsites on the course right on the lake. I guess it's technically the Savannah River, but it kind of like is dammed up and is a big lake-looking portion of the river. And yeah, just getting to throw some sweet lines through the trees all week. Should be fun.
Yeah, they've got 3 premium courses out here. The major championship is happening on one of them. That course is W.R. Jackson. We've played it for many years. It's a gem of a course.
It's been close, what, 2.5 years since we played it on tour, though. So
yeah,
it's just long enough that like I definitely still remember the course as well, but to where I've probably like forgotten a little bit here and there. So really looking forward to getting some good practice this week.
Hope you guys enjoy the round. Show you guys what's going on. Not the furthest par 4, but a sweet one. First shot out the car.
Yeah, a little early, but hit the gap. It's a good drive on hole 1. Like I ripped a photon through that gap clean and leaves you just pretty much a envy shot for me. A little hyzer. There's a tree there.
Pretty straight with a gentle fade at the end of the flight. Only 390 feet.
This one's always a fun line. Like, you gotta flip it up, but it brings that stuff into play. You gotta just flip up the flat and then you get that little fade at the end. It's a cool shot. Definitely not a gimme, but nice to pick it up early in the round. I think this week the circle 2 putts could be kind of a make or break. Like a lot of these holes, you can hit your initial gap, but doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be parked. So converting on those circle 2 birdie looks or long par save can be a huge difference.
Woo!
Yeah. $725 feet, about par 4. You kind of have a huge Anheuser tee shot, or you can kind of play it through the woods. I think I'm gonna go for the big Annie if the wind's not too crazy.
Is that in play?
Closer. I couldn't quite tell what it did at the end, but that's kind of the shape I'm going for. Still some work to be had even after a good tee shot on this one though. Par's a good score, so covering some ground with each shot. Maybe getting a long birdie look or having a sweet second shot for that birdie will come in play. But yeah, just trying to cover distance on this first shot, not get caught up early, and work with what I got. This is a solid landing zone. Kind of got to get up these couple of hills, then fall off to the left, gentle fade. I see a ribbon with pink ribbon around a tree up here. I'm trying to go just around that, trust the terra to get some hard fade, and hopefully skip up towards the pin. Oh, good.
approaching the green here on 3. This is the green where Calvin won. Was it his first NT?
I think it was.
I think so. Is that playoff with Adam Hemis?
It was a 3-way playoff with Simon also, or no?
Oh, I think that might have been Ricky, Paul, Simon.
Okay. Yeah, this course has come down to the wire quite a few times. Should be an exciting week.
Hole 4, 327. Kind of blind. You want to start hyzering early than you really think. Get to the back wall pretty quick.
Yeah, this one, it's almost borderline trick shot, just how short it is and how far left the fairway bends. I'm gonna go with a fireball. I'm trying to hit pretty early and count on the fireball to take those big flare skips to hook far enough left without pushing too far forward. Oh.
What is the Terra, James?
Terra's the second disc in the James Conrad line with MVP. This is an overstable fairway driver, kind of a 8 speed. It's got good glide for how overstable it is, but yeah, I can really hammer on it. I can get some pretty good ground play out of it, and I just love the feel in my hand. It just comes out super clean. Might have pushed a little too far forward, but it did get a nice flare skip to the left, so we'll go down there and see what it looks like.
Looking back up the fairway of 4, you can see the green is pretty protected. These are the trees that you can see from the tee pad that you want to get just in front and to the left of. All right, one of the most daunting tee shots out here. 432. Dead straight. Wow. Woo, that thing flipped quick. Was that the Insanity?
Yeah, the Insanity. It might have taken some abuse recently. I kind of liked my release, but something understable can definitely make this gap feel a little easier. You can kind of punch it through on hyzer and trust it to kind of flip up late. Might have just gotten a little feisty with it, a little too much snap, but honestly, 3 is an amazing score in this hole. 2 is possible, but just hitting that initial gap, making some good progress is you're doing a lot of things right on this hole. This is my first throw ever with a virus, actually, so I'm not sure how flippy it's going to be. I think it's going to be pretty flippy. I'm going to hit it with a lot of hyzer and see how it flies. Try to rip a photon. Sometimes it's like a toss-up. It's like slow disc to make the gap easier, or just commit with the fast disc so that if you do hit the gap, you're gonna get all the way there. We'll see.
Woohoo! Sick birdie.
Thank you. The relay got down here pretty nice. Anything in circle 2 I'd be stoked with. You know, just having a chance at birdie and making par at least easy is great on this hole.
Huh.
Mulligan putt from the Photon. Another circle 2 look is good.
Little dual fairway action. Left is a little bit tighter than the right. Basket is more on the left side than it is the right.
Hello.
Cruising up the fairway of 6. You can't quite see the basket from the tee pad. But you can see that it's clean all the way on this right side, and then there she is. Nice par 3. James absolutely parked this one. Photon?
Yeah, Photon. Only 360, but playing uphill and I'm trying to keep the disc on hyzer. This one's actually a little light, 169, so this will kind of pop up to flat for me going uphill. It's just a nice slow hyzer all the way home, which is kind of exactly what that right gap's asking for here. This is another hole in this course that's kind of becoming a theme where it's kind of asking for like a slowly fading hyzer. It's not like a straight shot that fades so much as like a hyzer shot that kind of stands up as it flies. And yeah, the downhill of this hole really makes it cool. It allows you to get a lot of distance with like a fairway driver, and yeah, it's a sweet par 4, trying to hit that gap.
Woohoo! That's a spicy shot, as they say at the Masters.
Spicy. Thank you.
It's a spicy little chip.
What's up, Tony? What's up, Megan?
Tristan, introduce yourself to the camera.
Hi, I'm Tristan Tanner.
Yeah.
What are you throwing?
Throwing a Pioneer here on hole 7, trying to get around the corner. Is that what you want?
Yeah.
That's good too.
Maybe a little inside.
Touch inside maybe, but you could throw that blue one even. Yeah. That was better.
Sick.
Great. No, you don't hear any trees, so that's good.
Is it your first day here, Connor?
Yeah, first day here.
Pretty
Disc golf
magical.
paradise. Like
See you guys.
Iron Hill meets Roy G meets, I don't know. It's like,
That's the line right there. He wants to go just left of that tree he hit or just around it.
Yeah, so close. Out of the game.
Checking out the green for hole 7. It's a little bit more sloped from left to right than it appears. Pretty downhill. You'll see some rollaways on this one. A little bit more of a dog leg right than the map shows you. You really have to get moving right. A lot of people throw flick, very technical Anheuser backhand.
It's kind of fun. You can give the disc a chance, but once it goes around the corner, you you can't really see the gap that you're shooting for anyway, so it's a bit of a just like a throw it and hope for the best. So you always see people in the front of the tee pad just listening, hoping you go clean. And yeah, it's a tough shot. It's fun to throw, but you never quite know if you got it right or not until it's about halfway through flying or even longer.
Are you going Envy?
That's an Envy, yeah, one of the blue and yellow special edition.
Pretty flippy. That one's got a gash in it.
Yeah,
pretty flippy.
Yeah, pretty flippy for me, and that's what you need though, because it has to go pretty much straight right once it gets down there. Honestly, I can't hope for much better of a drive than this. It got a nice amount of right draw, and I'm looking straight at the basket. I think I'm a little inside 300 feet. We go putter, hopefully get that. That's my favorite kind of birdie on a par 4. Putter off the tee, putter approach, putter right in.
That circle's edge.
Yeah, playing a little long up the hill, but edge of circle, I'll take it. With 2 options, I love the left gap on this hole. It's kind of asking for like a forced over flex line. I'm going with this pretty overstable Fission Photon. This green one's money for me. Trying to draw it left to right, just to beat that one big tree kind of sticking out and get some flex at the end. Just like that.
Sick, dude. All right, after a smoked drive, looking right at the pin. Couple of gaps to choose from.
Yeah, I like kind of like the little hyzer. You can kind of land it about edge of the circle short, especially with the premium plastic. This Cosmic Neutron Envy usually gets a little ground play off that pine straw. So just through the gap, skip right up to it.
Well played hole.
Thank you. Some of these feel almost easy if you have a good drive. Those are definitely the holes you want to score on when you really connect on the drive. Give yourself, inside 200 feet to get up and down to that birdie. Those are the ones you really got to take advantage of, so that pad your scorecard a little in case you take any bogeys elsewhere.
Another dog leg right. I'm gonna push that back wall. Either go right inside the 3 trees on the right, or if you go outside of them, you need to be moving right pretty quick.
Straight out does. It's kind of fine, honestly. I've even played putter off the tee in the past year. The hole's about 600 feet, so just cutting it in half, like throw the slightly uphill 300 feet first, have a slightly downhill 300 feet into the basket is not a bad way to play it. Yeah, some people can be more aggressive, but that kind of brings in the sidearm approach a lot of times if you just push that back wall a little bit and have to reach out. So I'd rather play it a little short and make sure I have good footing for that second shot.
.420-foot turnover. Chris Dickerson actually aced this hole on camera. Can't see the pin. It's up and over there. Really sick par 3. What do you think?
Felt pretty good. It's been a few years since I played, so I can't remember exactly where it is, but it's kind of what I was going for. High, a lot of ante, slowly panning to flat, getting way right.
Would you just look at this fairway? Rounded the corner on 11 and beautiful basket. Green grass through the forest. Sick par 5. Get back on edge. Yeah. Another dual fairway hole. You can try and get skinny on that left side if you're in position, or play the hyzer on the right. James not quite in position, so he's playing that hyzer. Pretty straightforward birdie from the right side.
Should be.
There's the gap to for the eagle if you get your drive in position. A lot skinnier than the right side, but pretty rewarding. Oh, both of those.
Kinda
So
tried to
gentle.
Helicopter him in.
Totally.
It's a fun shot.
Pretty forehand friendly kind of hole. You really need that power forehand for this one. James was just saying.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever birdied this in a tournament round. I've definitely had some looks at it with a nice turnover, but I think my only really good chance to park it might be a roller. I'm gonna try out this virus, try to get it down pretty quick, and a little bit of cut, get up there through the gap and flip over right.
Round in the corner of 13. This one kind of plays back toward the clubhouse and parking lot. Might be the signature hole out here. Look at this gap. So sick. Back to back, just lace jobs. I didn't video the first one, and he said he was done, but that he'd get one for the camera.
Yeah.
Identical shot.
Yeah, another photon, same flight, a little pop up,
Woo!
late fade, love it.
We're gonna take you guys on a little walk through the woods. Who's that? That's Hoagie, the good boy. We got Angie, Maria, Olivia, Luke Humphreys.
This is like Inception over here.
Fucking Kale, Levisca, Mario.
This hole plays as a par. This is a par 5, so even with a great tee shot, your second shot can be a little difficult. I'm gonna go with this relay, just kind of playing a slow hyzer for position. There's a chance to play a roller second shot to really, or even a forehand flex if you got it, to go for that eagle 3 after a good drive, but just kind of depends on where you are relative to these two big trees.
Sick.
Cheat my eye a little.
Taking a look at where James's setup shot landed. You can see if you get a good drive off like James did, this one's really attackable. Taking a look at where James's roller landed, just outside the circle, putting for eagle.
Yeah, this virus seems sweet for a roller though. It's a little more understable than I was kind of expecting, but I'm able just to hit it flat and it'll kind of roll over to a nice roller angle right on its own and get that late flip to the right. Could be something I pull out here on hole. Is this 14?
Yep.
Yeah, to go for that 3.
Pretty gnarly par 4.
Yeah, this one's tough. Kind of has a lot going on. It bends left to right at first, and then it kind of goes up a hill and then back down a hill, and it's hard to really see from here where the ideal landing zones are. So I feel like a lot of people almost play like a bomb and scramble kind of strategy where they just try to get a lot of distance off the tee shot, big anhyzer, and then work with whatever they end up with.
Good looking tee shot right there.
Thank you.
Couple of tasty drives right here. I've got this Enigma pretty dialed right now off the tee. James throwing his flippier Photon, is that right?
Yes.
And looking at the fairway, we still can't quite see the pin. There it is. Pretty guarded. James is trying to go right there.
Whoa.
Would you just look how green it is here in Georgia? Hard to beat. Pine forest with green grass coming up out of the pine straw. OB stakes that line that creek. You going Envy?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna play Envy. This hole's about 300 feet, playing uphill, so it's gonna have to be a pretty full throw, but it looks, yeah, it just shapes up well for a little bit of a hyzer flip. Starts pretty straight, slowly fades to the right, and should land nice and soft with this Envy. Honestly missed my line. I went left of the big tree. I was kind of aiming to go just inside of that, but I think I got up there for a putt.
Kind of walking you through the gap on 16. A little bit bigger than it looks from the tee pad. It's kind of a staggered gap, but you do not want to hit this big pine and kick down across those stakes. Little FD park job and an FD3 park job. Woo! Hole 16. Little flick action. All right, it's only 588 feet, but look how tight the gap is. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Super tight. What a redirect.
Yeah, so lucky.
Going insanity off the tee here. You like that flip up?
Yeah, I feel like the angle of this one, you really want it to be pushing straight for a long time and kind of dragging right at the end. So it's gonna have to be a disc that's pretty understable, thrown on quite a bit of hyzer to get that flight I'm looking for.
So not only is the gap tight, but this corner is just so small. Like, it pinches you off quick if you don't get in the perfect spot. James is almost at the corner, and it's gonna be really tricky to get up and down from right there. Oh, what a shot.
Thank you.
Sick. Is that the hex?
The hex, yeah.
That was sick,
Little
dude.
flat pendings are fun.
Woo!
Feels kind of awkward, but sometimes they work.
That was
Sometimes you need
rad.
them too.
We're cleared out.
Cleared out, yeah. There's all those big bushes over
Yeah,
there.
that's right. Taking a look at the green here once you make it up and over the hill. Looks like they've done a lot of work. Cleared out a lot of stuff over there on that left side. Looks good. All right, finishing off with the par 5. The fairway on the right's kind of a false fairway. Most people go to this left gap right there. Very eagleable if you get one About 450 off the tee to that lone pine in the back of the shot. Huge tee shot.
Thanks. Those photons are flying nice for me today. It's sometimes scary to really commit to like an 11-speed driver or a fast driver through gaps, but if they're coming out of your hand clean, that's really how you can set yourself up to score well on a course like this. When you're biting off 450 or so off the tee, it makes those up shots way more manageable.
All right, James's photon made it just far enough for him to have an angle. He's going straight down that tunnel right there. Probably 330 left to the pin. Kind of bled that relay over just a bit, but he might still have a putt for eagle. And so walking through that gap now. Woo! Almost dropped that forehand in there.
Yeah. I kind of like the reactor for forehands. I like playing catch, like throwing a frisbee, catch frisbee forehand, and throwing like a putter or mid-range feels a little more like it. It's not really much of an arm throw, more of just a little wrist snap. And so a course like this, it's definitely a high chance, you know, that I'll be throwing at least one or two of those. Hopefully only throughout the tournament, maybe every round though, we'll see.
All right, this for eagle. Oh,
So close.
what a bid. Who's that? Introduce yourself, Zoe.
I'm Zoe Andike. I'm the Zotron, as you know me personally, and I just like to freestyle my love and education about disc golf because I like a flow. I like a flow like you know we all do, yo.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, Dustin.
Justin Keegan.
This is nice.
Stoked to be back at Jackson. I haven't been here since 2018.
Yeah. Introduce yourself, Ella.
I'm Ella Hansen, Team Discmania. First time at WR Jackson. Stoked about it. It's a cool course. I really like it.
All right, that's a wrap on the first practice round here at the Champions Cup. James, you slayed it out there, man.
Thanks, Nate. That was fun to get another look at this course. It had been a while, and yeah, the course is in great shape. Thank you, Nate, for filming that practice round. Hopefully this gives you guys who are out there watching a nice preview of what's to come this week at the Champions Cup. I know we're pumped to be playing back here at Jackson.
Yeah, and we're still doing a giveaway for that upper park bag. You still have a chance. Just subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to the Perks of Disc Golf YouTube channel, and you could win a brand new upper park bag. So cheers, guys.